Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and welcome back to How to Train Your Dragon Week. So, today I thought I would talk about a very key event and character development for a certain character that happened in the How to Train Your Dragon Race to the Edge series, and what could have been, but wasn't. And this isn't something I'm saying, like, if I'm not saying that this what didn't happen should have happened, because it would have been way better. It would have been about the same. So, the incident I'm talking about, I'm not going to say what it is, but it does involve Hiccup and Heather, and those of you who are How to Train Your Dragon fans that have seen both TV series, mostly just Race to the Edge, you might understand what I'm getting at. Those of you who haven't, there will be spoilers. And those of you who have, just forget, this is a refresher. So, to start, we will start with Hiccup and Heather when we first meet them. So, we first meet Heather in the last episode of Season 1, Heather Report Part 1. Snotbot finds Heather washed up on the shore of Berk, and they eventually go investigate. Hiccup ends up taking Heather in. Everyone becomes fond of Heather and kind of lets her, train with them and learn the knowledge of the dragons, except Astrid, who is a little wary and jealous of her. Eventually, they find out that they can't trust Heather, and she ends up find out that she's working for Alvin. In the second part, though, they do end up saving her, and she goes off on her own, and we don't see her again till the Season 1 episode of Race to the Edge, Have Dragon Will Travel. Now, Race to the Edge does take place, I don't know what I'm doing with my hair, takes place 3 years after Ryder/Fensburg, so that means they're all 18. We found that Heather is a rogue dragon rider who is trying to get back a dagger for sieging her island and killing her parents. Now, of course, Heather does point out that she has a horn that was given to her by her father. Now, Hiccup eventually does notice that there is a crest on the horn, and knowing whose crest it is, he goes and investigates. Now, just to specify, I am getting close to this part. So Hiccup goes to his father, because he discovered that the chief crest on that horn was Berk's, which is his father's. So now he's questioning, and I was questioning at this point. I'm like, wait. I was confused, and I'm like, Hiccup has a sister, because it makes sense. She was a baby, and she said that her father gave that to her, so again, you would jump to conclusions. I mean, I would. Me might not, but I would. Eventually he shows his father the horn, and then he asks the question we were all wondering. He asks if Heather is his sister. Now, this is where we come to the point. I will explain what actually happened, and then what could have happened, and what actually happened is actually a really good plot development for Heather and Hiccup and some other characters, and I think it is actually a really good idea. But what could have happened would have been an even more and bigger character development for both of them. Yeah, of course, at this point though, Hiccup being Heather's sister, or Heather being Hiccup's sister, wouldn't really make sense, because Heather is the same age as Hiccup. But Hiccup's mother isn't in the picture, as we can see through the first movie and those 2 TV series. So either they're twins, or something weird going on, like she's his half-sibling. But Stoic does explain to Hiccup that when chiefs have kids, other chiefs give them gifts. He does explain that someone sent sent him a little tiny, baby-sized axe for Hiccup. When he was born, Hiccup said he remembered that, and apparently he used it as a paperweight. So then Stoic explains that he gave this horn to achieve for his newborn daughters. Then Hiccup, who now knows this information, goes to find Heather because he probably knows where she is, especially since he knows what's going on now. At this point, Heather has gotten her revenge on Dagger, and she is about to kill him in front of his men and Astrid and all the other dragon riders. Hiccup eventually comes in and tells her to stop. And then he shows her the horn, and he explains that this is his father's chief crest. And Astrid, all the dragon riders, and Heather are like, and Dagger like, what are you saying? Are you saying that Heather is your sister? And then he explains that his father gave the horn to Oswald the Agreeable to celebrate the birth of his newborn daughter. So now, if you know your How to Train Your Dragon history, you know that Dagger, when in the episode The Zipperback Experience, I think it was, Oswald the Agreeable is coming to the island to sign a peace treaty with Berk, and he's bringing his son, Dagger the Deranged. So therefore, Heather finds out that her and Dagger are siblings, and she's kind of upset about it. The person who you believe has killed Oswald the Agreeable, apparently your real father now, which you knew you had a real father, who besieged your island, killed your adoptive parents, and tried to kill all your friends multiple times, as Heather has pointed out in several episodes. You would probably be shocked and mad at him and full of anger and rage, which she is. And that is where, now this was actually a really genius idea to give Mr. Especially since in the TV show, the first TV show, Raj Fairies of Berk, Dagger does mention that he has a sister. He meets Hiccup in the woods, they're doing a training exercise, but Dagger's hunting dragons, and Hiccup makes him think that. But Hiccup has his fancy, Grunkle iron shield that has, you can shoot bows and has that bowl thing. And Dagger says that it's very nice, and his sister had one like that. Now, of course, Heather does state that Dagger did send her adrift as a child, so the question is how old was Heather when Dagger sent her adrift? Now, of course, Heather doesn't know if she has a brother, so obviously she was old enough to know that she was sent adrift by Dagger. Either that or Dagger told her it. Now, of course, there is something that could have happened. Stoic could have told Hiccup that Heather was his sister. How this would have happened was the horn wasn't given to Oswald, but it actually was Stoic's. Now, of course, how this would work out is they would either be half-siblings or siblings. Now, of course, the half-sibling thing wouldn't work because they're the same age. So, again, that wouldn't work because they're the same age, and that would just be really weird. But they could be twins. They could have been twins, and Heather was the older one, especially since Heather and Hiccup works together. But, of course, Heather has black hair. No one on her family has black hair. But they all have green eyes, so. Of course, now, if they were siblings, what would have happened? Well, Heather probably would have stayed on the edge. Maybe, maybe not. Of course, Heather does kind of consider Hiccup like her brother, kind of. But they could have been siblings, and this would have been a major plot twist. Now, I'm not saying that Heather and Dagger being siblings wasn't a major plot twist. It was. But her and Hiccup being siblings would be an even more major plot twist. But, of course, How to Train Your Dragon does, of course, follow a book series, as I've mentioned numerous times. But, of course, Hiccup doesn't have a sibling in the books, and that is just because his mother is kind of absent from home, like she is in the series. Of course, there's different explanations for that. And he doesn't have siblings in the book. Then again, Heather isn't in the books either, but she kind of relates to fish legs and all that. But if they were siblings, that would have been. Ooh, I'm probably not the only one who wanted this. I wanted them to be siblings, and it would have been so good if they were. But they weren't. They aren't. And Race to the Edge was still a good series. I'm just saying there was a chance they could have been siblings, but the rest took a different direction. I'm not upset about it. So that's going to be pretty much it for this video. Be sure to give this video a like, subscribe, and comment down below if you wanted Hiccup and Heather to be siblings. Or if you just found this out now. I'm sorry if I spoiled anything for you. And hit the notification bell so you don't miss an upload. And stay tuned for tomorrow's video where I'll be discussing my top 10 Rise. I've been playing that game too much. Writer/Fans of Burke episodes. Alright, see you.